Welcome to the Last Great Colosseum here, the Bristol Motor Speedway with the Below the Double Yellow Racing Series, brought to you by Martin Sports. We're here tonight for the penultimate race of the championship and the chase for these drivers. Just one more event following tonight's race, and they have to duel it out here at the world's fastest half mile, and we're going to see it all here on VSPEED. My name is Adam Baker. I'm joined up in the booth by Alec Martinez, and we've got quite the event here with the season coming to a close. Alec, what are you looking forward to here tonight?
Well, it's good to be back with you here, a little under the weather, but it's all good. But I tell you, it's really good to be back here at Bristol. Bristol's one of those tracks. It's just so iconic, as a staple. And I think we're going to be in for a good race. This not a lot of cars, but nonetheless, I think these boys know how to put on a show. They've always been capable of doing it like they did last week at Vegas. So it's going to be really fun to see what happens, how these guys race. Tire saving is going to be big. In 225 laps, we know these guys are capable of going green. I don't think I've ever seen them over a 70 or 80 lap green flag run. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here tonight.
Yeah, I know a few seasons back we had a really long run at this racetrack, and it made for a very entertaining finish with only a few cars left on the lead lap. So we could see something potentially like that with a small field today. But yeah, it remains to be seen. And we do thank you for joining us here on VSPEED. Let's take a look at the point standings coming into tonight's race. It is still Jeff Wright atop the points standings and looking for his second championship. He's got a good margin coming in tonight. Bailey Turner going to try and cut that down and make it achievable next week at the season finale. Seth Hatchell has lost some ground here over the last few weeks. He falls to third in the standings, but Angelo Ronas, Keith Mayato, Brody Hayes, they've all moved up a spot with AJ Stravato dropping back to seventh. So it is tight once you get from fourth back to about seventh place, and those guys are going to be fighting for every position they can get to climb through the standings as far as they can. But the top three, really the only ones in mathematical contention. It would be a tall task for Seth Hatchell, though, so probably just between our top two. We'll see how everybody performs here tonight and how that shakes out going into the season finale. We're also going to take a look at the Next Up Award, which goes to the 13th place in points, so first driver outside of the chase. Currently, it's Cody Adkins with a pretty good margin over Justin Carey, and he's looking to hang on to that potentially to get the bonus payout in that award at the end of the season. And he's had a very strong season, just not quite close enough to get up into the chase, but I think it was only a couple of points that knocked him out, and otherwise has had a very strong season here, running in 13th in the standings. As we go trackside, I believe we've got cars out there qualifying, so let's see where everybody is going to be setting up for tonight's race at Bristol in the Affinity for Gaming 225.
Caleb Wheatley got a good lap here. Second, only a 1/1000 off of Bailey Turner. Better than Seth Hatchell. Ray Massey jumps to fourth. For Samar, curious to see here. And man, how about Caleb Wheatley got some speed here tonight? I'm curious to see how maybe his teammate Noah Mahalski is doing here in the 03. I don't know if he's on the racetrack yet, and as he starts his qualifying lap.
Yeah, let's keep an eye here on the AutoZone machine as he exits turn number 2. Down towards turn number 3. He's currently 7th quickest. I'm going to try and pick that up here off of turn 4. Looks like he will go
Stay up
to
6th and jump up to 6th.
Yeah, went to 6th, then got back, knocked down to 7th again. AJ Stravato, not the lap that he would like on lap number 1, but I think he's trying to improve possibly lap 2, but big bobble out of
Massey.
Yeah, Massey with a great run there.
Angelo. I tell you, we were talking about this before the race here. Angelo Ronas to the top of the board. Jeff Wright goes to third, and I think about Jeff as well as I think a top 5 here tonight locks him into the next round, or locks him for the champion, the second championship. But I think Angelo Ronas is going to be, from what I could tell, is the best car here tonight, and that's going to be something to see. Maybe Jeff Wright or Bailey Turner, guys that have won here at Bristol, can top. I know Jeff's always been decent at Bristol, or has kind of struggled sometimes on the later part of the runs at Bristol. Bailey Turner, another one that's been decent at Bristol the past few weeks or past few years in next gens and Gen 4s, but be interesting to see. But Angelo Ronas is one of those guys that's always consistent week in, week out when they go and race, especially at Bristol. Always one of the favorites, and I think tonight he's looking pretty good.
Yeah, very quick in practice, and then also quick here in qualifying. Ray Massey, really good lap. Jeff Wright in third right now. Dennis Faircloth was also really quick in the practice session, and he goes fourth fastest so far. AJ Servato putting a few more laps down, trying to get some more practice. I guess he's not happy with the 11th place time at the moment, and still a handful of drivers yet to put it on the track to get a lap time in, but time is winding down here. We'll take a look at the race analysis. It is 225 laps from Bristol tonight, 35-mile-an-hour pit road speed, and it's kind of a complicated pit road, but I think we're only using one side of it with the small field tonight, so it's going to be pretty straightforward otherwise. 5 tire sets available if they do decide to pit. We've got 3 green, white checkered attempts, which we may use. Sometimes they get into those here at Bristol, and this is the penultimate race of the season. I'm having a hard time saying that word, Alec, but it is the second to last race of the season is what that means, and it has been a good one. These guys have put on a show for us week in and week out, and right now Jeff Wright looking for that second championship. We'll see if he can put on another victory onto the tally here tonight.
Yeah, and I think as we talk about this season and how wild and crazy it's been, I think you also got to look at I mean, it's not totally realistic as you see as the track time 110, but remember anybody watching the NASCAR Cup Series race here at Bristol earlier this year with the tire fall off that we saw? I know it was Denny Hamlin that won that race, but this track, when there's no rubber getting put down, which it seems like there's a little bit put down, but when the tires get more chewed up than rubber getting put down, we're going to see these guys fall off really, really quick.
Yeah, and it's a pretty decently long race, so there's going to be some tire savings for some people, and some drivers definitely going to burn them up faster. And it's going to be interesting to see the lines that come into play. You know, it used to be kind of a top groove once they repaved this place, but the bottom is usable. I think we've got the resin down there in iRacing.
Yeah, they do have the PJ1 coated in there, so that I believe the bottom lane is going to be dominant for the first part of this race. But as rubber gets put up on the top, if it does, tires will still fall off. But as rubber gets put up on the top, I think we'll see this track widen out really quick.
Yeah, we'll see how that develops as we get into the race session. Qualifying coming to a close here. It's going to be Angelo Ronas with the pole time. Congrats to him on that. So the number 29 goes to the top of the charts here. Ray Massey going to be rolling off on the front row as well. Great qualifying lap from him. Rolling off from row number 2, it'll be Jeff Wright and Dennis Faircloth in 3rd and 4th. Starting in the 5th spot tonight, Bailey Turner, who's runner-up in points, trying to close that gap if he can. Caleb Weekly going to roll off from 6th here tonight. Seth Hatchell, 3-time winner this season, looking to get back to victory lane and close out the season on a better note. He's going to start off 7th. Cody Adkins rolling off 8th. Dallas Sullivan going to start off in the 9th position, and Noah Mikowski going to round out the top 10.
And in 11th is going to be the number 33 of AJ Stravato, the Italian Stallion, back here this week. And then Chris Samard rolls off 12th. I don't know why my name's in 13th, but I'm not starting 13th. Alan Dice is going to be starting 14th. Nathaniel Ostrowski will actually move up to 13th, but has the lineup in 15th. Max Cost will be rolling 16th. Zachary Smith will round out the field, the 91 up there disc golf Chevrolet.
Nice to see Zach out here again, and I know he was excited to get back on the racetrack with these guys. It's been a little while for him, but I think he actually ran last week. This will be another race back for him. Yeah, and so we'll see how he does here tonight. Starting shotgun on the field. We've got everybody pretty much gridded up here, and just waiting for that pace car to roll off. But do also want to mention that we've got a big event coming up this weekend for drivers that have been involved in different leagues that we've broadcast over the years, and it's going to be the VSPEED Invitational. You can find more information about that on our social media, but definitely an exciting event coming up, and a lot of really big names and drivers going to be, or familiar names and drivers and big names going to be making the start in that, and there's could be a big prize pot on the line. So tune in Friday night at 8:30 for the qualifying round, and then the final round could be on Saturday at that same time. So make sure to check and stay subscribed and hit the notification bell to see when we go live.
And me and Adam will be having it was a Group B. We'll be having Group B from the Auto Club Speedway and the Lime Rock Raceway Park. So get a big 2-mile worn-out racetrack, and then you get road course racing and the NASCAR Xfinity Series cars, and you're going to get drivers from all different leagues, from BTDY, Saturday Night Racing League. You're going to get it from Oil. You're going to get them from QSR. You're going to have them all, and I think that's going to be so awesome to watch. So I highly advise you guys tune in. And then Saturday, all those guys will be combined, or the top 15 from each group, 30 cars, then will race the final 2 races for all the cash on the line. That'll be Bradley and I believe Morgan. So that's going to be really awesome to see. But I'm happy that I'm a part of it, and that I'm looking forward to Friday being out at my home track in Southern California, and then going to Lime Rock too the same day. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, a couple really very different racetracks, but a lot of fun to run at. So we're hoping that ends up being a good show for both of those, and yeah, we'll see some good racing in these Xfinity cars as we're going to see here
good
tonight.
Racing here.
Yeah.
Before we go green at him, who should pick?
I'm liking the look of that 29 machine tonight to get his first win this season. So I'm going to pick Angelo. It's kind of the easy one.
Well, every time I say Jeff Wright's the best car, and I don't pick him, and then he wins. So I think Jeff Wright is going to get it done here as we are underway, and the green flag is out. 225 laps in the Last Great Colosseum at Bristol.
A good clean lap number 1, and it is Angelo Ronas leading the way. Out in front, side by side, the battle though for second. Ray Massey running the top side, trying to carry that momentum. He should be able to clear here off of 4, and big slide, he will clear.
So that's good. It's important. Now he's got to get down to the bottom, and it's going to be a fight for the bottom at the beginning of these runs. Because of that PJ1, we got everybody running down there. You're going to activate it, and you're going to heat it up, and then once that wears off a little bit, as tires pick it up, and rubber gets put down, and you start see guys move around later in this race. I believe we'll see like Dennis Faircloth, a couple of those guys start moving up the racetrack, trying to find grip, put rubber down, and get more lines working. The top's going to work for a couple laps, but then after it'll fall off really quick because nobody really running up there yet.
Yeah, you see Dennis Faircloth. He's going to try it here. He goes up to about the 3rd groove. Had a really strong entry, but yeah, not quite the exit he was looking for. Here comes Caleb Weekly right here behind him, trying to battle to get into the top 5. He's right on the back bumper.
Caleb Weekly had a good chance in top 5 last week at Las Vegas. You can see him get loose on the entry of the corner. These cars slipping, sliding around. Faircloth might have caught the wall there going into turn number 3, but these guys are going to be on edge. You're going to probably see these guys go 75, 80 laps on tires, so got to make these tires last for this run. Oh, trouble. I think Zach Smith, got the wall there down the front stretch.
Yeah, he's gathered it back up here. It loses position to Nathaniel Ostrowski. Max Koss back here. These 3 kind of battling it out further back in the pack. Chris Samard, the next one up the road from them. Look for him to try and make his way forward, especially on the long run. And keep an eye out. Seth Hatchell has had some strong races here. I believe he's got wins at this track, so definitely one to keep your eye on. I know he's not really in the championship hunt. He technically is, but just by the slimmest of margins.
It'd take a lot for Jeff Wright to have that issue. It's possible still, but it's going to take a lot. And unfortunately for Seth last week was only, 7-8 points back, and then might have had something for Jeff Wright, but then made contact with Noah Mahalski early and spun him out and took Noah Mahalski took a hard shot in the outside wall head on. Well, Seth Hatchell, I believe, had suspension damage and called it a night, so.
Yeah, not the way he needed that race to go. And, Bailey Turner, he's had his share of races that he's had to overcome things. And he's still second in points and a little bit closer, but 26 points back. It's a lot to overcome in 2 weeks.
It makes you wonder if Martinsville didn't happen for Bailey Turner. I think the 2 races you circle for the guys in 2nd and 3rd were Martinsville and Las Vegas. And I think Seth Hatchell, Martinsville was another one. Tried an alternate strategy, didn't work out, lost a ton of points with Jeff Wright winning that race. And Bailey Turner was leading early in that race and then got hit. I think had some contact with the lap cars. So, that's 2 things you can mark up. Jeff Wright's just consistent. Hasn't had any really issues other than Watkins Glen. A little bumper to the back of the 7 from Dennis Faircloth here in Bristol, one of the places where the bump and run was almost created, really. As these guys will get a little physical here, and especially later in this race, the aggression will turn up if we get restarts here as Faircloth goes to the inside of Weekly pinching him. Faircloth going to lose that side force on the bottom.
Yeah, not able to get the run off. Caleb Weekly, a little connection issue there, and he'll take the spot back in the 5th position. We've got Alan Dice and Chris Simard side by side back here, 12th position. And looks like
Faircloth almost got in the Weekly again.
yeah, he is really pushing it on turn entry, is what I've noticed here. You can see he dives it in and he's drifting up, kind of trying to diamond the corners, but right now it's not really working for him, especially on exit. Seth Hatchell's been able to close up, but all these drivers losing about 1 or 2 tenths of a second per lap running like this.
And these guys kind of race each other hard. They're burning up their stuff a lot more. I think Seth Hatchell's kind of letting them race each other, but Faircloth carrying that momentum on the outside as more rubber's getting put down. And gonna slip up into the wall.
It pushed a little bit too far, but able to carry that momentum. Just a little scrape on the right rear, nothing hurt too bad. And
Faircloth with such good momentum here. Try to cross him over here down the back into the inside here. Now the 7 goes up to block him. Make his line. You can see Faircloth kind of overshot the corner there with that momentum, and then gonna lose more time now as they shoot it back up to the outside. And that's what's so great about Bristol, the different lines that can be used. Momentum here is, almost gets the wall again, but I think we've seen Bristol be, a race that almost has a classic every other year. In real life, we see guys on Thursday and Friday in the Xfinity and Truck Series, they're always on the bottom, but then the Cup cars get on the track and they're all over the racetrack. And even Xfinity, sometimes you'll see those cars be all over the racetrack. Searching for Grip is on board with the number 26 Chevrolet Camaro of Dennis Faircloth. Oh, sorry, 80 car of Dennis Faircloth as he goes up to the outside and doing a great job here.
yeah, he got around Caleb Weekly, and he's driven away by 2 or 3 car lengths. I'm not sure if Caleb just was thinking maybe I'll let him have it. He's trying really hard up there on the top side. Now Seth Hatchell, the next one.
He tried to fight him, but then he just got back to the bottom, stayed disciplined on the bottom, saved tires. I think that's one thing about Bristol Motor Speedway that drivers need to bring here, and that's discipline. Yeah, guys are going to be running on the outside going faster than you, but you got to stay disciplined in the bottom lane. Save your tires. Then when you have the tires later in the run to get them back, then you can start moving around the racetrack. But until then, a lot of these tracks, when you have tire conservation races, you've got to stay disciplined to your line and your pace. You cannot let others dictate your pace. You have to dictate your own pace.
We'll look on board here. Dennis Faircloth, he's closed up now to Bailey Turner. He's really pushing the right side tires. He's using the top lane. He is really making it work and trying to put that rubber down. But like you said, it's going to hurt the tires as this run goes on. But almost 25 laps in the book now. Actually, we'll get 25 on the pylon right now. So
there's some good racing all over. Faircloth and Turner. You got Hatchell and Weekly, and then Sullivan, Simard and Dice. They're going at it here for, I believe, this is the 11th spot. And they've got a good battle behind Noah Mahalski here as Dice getting that outside momentum here. Sullivan goes cover it off, slides a little bit.
Yeah, Chris Simard has gained a couple of positions here in the last few laps. He's gotten by Alan Dice and Dallas Sullivan. Nathaniel Ostrowski starting to close in towards the number 5 machine as well, not too far back. Max Koss and then Zach Smith at the tail end here. Looks like he's bringing it down pit road early.
Oh, trouble! Dennis Faircloth spinning off of turn 2. Well, we saw him pushing that car hard on the outside, and it looked like it might have just bit him right there. It might save Zach Smith.
Taking a look at the replay. Yeah, just the back end.
He just overstepped out of the rubber there and got into the dirty stuff and lost the back end. Kept out of the wall, though. That's good.
Yeah, really good. Let's see if he was able to get it rolling and stay on the lead lap. I think he was.
Well, he knows the limit, so that's good.
Yeah. He pushed it up there for a long time, so not surprising to see him overstep it just a tiny bit. But caution does come out here for the first time tonight. And just under 30 laps completed. We'll see if these guys...
Everybody bring it in here. I would be shocked if somebody stays out.
It'll be Angelo Ronis bringing us down here, leading Ray Massey.
This is a long, agonizing pit road to go down, I'll tell you that.
I wonder if anybody's going to try and take 2 tires. Do you think that would be a strategy called this early on? Or
I don't think so. We saw guys sliding around already. I don't think 2 tires is going to be worth it. Maybe for track position later in the race, yes. I just don't see it being worth the call here now. It's being so early in this race, still with almost got 195 to go, so I still think it's going to be worth it here. Thinking 2, it's worth a gamble later in this race. I think it's just too early right now.
as they all make their way into their pit box. Has got to be right on the mark. Looks like everybody, at least amongst the top 4 or 5, they look to be perfect getting into their boxes. And see how this all shakes out. You see Dennis Faircloth just get into the box.
Everybody taking 4 here. Ooh, man, that's close. I don't know. Maybe Ray Massey. I think we'll see when they shuffle out of pit road here.
Yeah, looks like Ray
To the
Massey.
23. Oh, well, Angela's speeding up here. We'll see. Now give it to the 23. How about that? Ray Massey going to get the lead here. And he's looking for his first ever career win. And what a place to do it at. Get it done. You look like you had pace there with Angela. Angela's going to be tough to beat here. I think Angela might be the best car, but we haven't got that long run yet. And it seems like Massey was able to stay in second here. And now he'll have control of this race.
He'll have the clean air, which is so important.
Pivotal.
Even at a little racetrack like this, I mean, they're going so fast for it being only a half mile. Aerodynamics really do play a part here. The only way you can get around that is run a different line, right? You got to run the top, somebody runs the bottom, but you risk burning up those tires. But it is going to be Ray Massey in control of the restart on this one. Angelo Ronas to his outside, potentially. We'll see which lane they pick. Jeff Wright, Bailey Turner, Seth Hatchell gains a couple spots through the pit cycle, and he'll end up here in the 5th position. Yeah, Dennis Faircloth, let's not forget, he was up in the top 5 when he spun, so he's got a long ways to go to get back up there. He'll restart tail end in 14th. Zach Smith appears to have taken it behind the wall. Alan Dice, maybe having some connection problems. He just reappeared right there. Yeah, so things back in order here as we're about to get ready. Go green once again in the Affinity for Gaming 225. Massey takes the low line. It'll be kind of tough to get a launch here at Bristol, but we'll see how he handles it. If anybody spins the tires, pace car is off. Green flag is out. Good restart, but also a really solid start by Angelo in 2nd spot.
He doesn't want to lose that 2nd place position to the 48 here. He's going to have to fight for it here. Got a good run. He might try to take the lead here. Have to use up some tire, but he's going to try to take the lead here. He's going to get to the outside of Massey. I think he's going to retake it, sliding. Got it.
Wow, yeah, he takes the lead at the line. He's going to clear him here. Here comes Bailey. I wonder if Ray, that's an interesting, I mean, he was so strong there those opening laps, and now he's lost 2 positions potentially.
I think the bottom saves so much tire, you're kind of worried to go up there and push it. But I think it's worth pushing those first couple of laps and then getting back on the bottom there. But track position is going to be it. Trouble Dallas Sultan, I think, very loose on the bottom, saved it.
Keeps it under control. He's got Dennis Faircloth to the outside, his usual running position. Max Cost moving up here into the top 10, or trying to, as he runs side by side with Cody Adkins.
Actually going to lose another spot to Jeff Wright, and we need another one to kill him weekly here. I think guys starting to move up to the top here as the 23 car falling hard.
Yeah, maybe
early in this run here.
Maybe they saw how strong Dennis Faircloth was looking there as he made his way through the field. And now Seth Hatchell going to try and get to the outside of the 23, but the door shut in his face. AJ Servato battling with Noah Mikulski back here.
Trouble down the front stretch again. It's Dennis Faircloth.
Caution is going to fly. Not sure, he must have taken it behind the wall immediately, but we're taking a look at the replay. He was battling with Max Koss and Alan Dice. Went out of the corner. Goes down to the inside. Alan Dice kind of drifted up here, and then that is a tricky spot to be.
Max Koss gets into him.
Kept it off the wall, but then looks like he took it behind the wall, so that'll be the end of his. Yeah, after a really strong start to the race, and very early here before lap number 40, and now we'll see if anybody brings it down pit road for just a few laps.
I don't think so. 10 laps though. 10 laps go by quick here, man.
And especially those guys who ran the top side for those couple laps, right? They kind of use their stuff a little bit, but doesn't appear anybody's going to bring it down. Keeping an eye on Max Cost. He's going to bring it in.
Yeah, he's going to come in. He's got some damage, so I'm sure he'll get some some of that fixed, but we'll see. Although it doesn't look like he has too much. Maybe a little separation with the fender and the bumper, but other than that, not too much damage.
And luckily, aero not too big of a factor compared to some other tracks, but you definitely want to get as much of that cleaned up and have the best chance at a.
To see iRacing have a bare bond, that would be something.
That would be cool. You know, I'm sure they're working on something like that for down the road, but yeah, that'd be really interesting with the live pit stops. You know, have actual guys come out over the wall and throw on some pair bonds. That would be neat. Maybe on the console game that they're working on for
That's good. I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be console game for NASCAR 25. That's gonna be cool. It's been a while since a good NASCAR console. No disrespect to anybody else's, but to be honest, they haven't been the greatest. But I'm looking forward to the other ones coming. So
I can't remember a good one really since about NASCAR 2006 or 7.
Oh, okay. I thought Inside Line was.
Those ones are solid. Yeah, I didn't really play those as much, though. I mean, not as much my time being, you know, a little bit older. But those early EA ones were you know, some of the best, most iconic ones, I thought. But they got back to making some good games there, like you said, the Inside Line in 15. But as of late, you know, they could do a little bit better.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to the guy racing doing their thing. It's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, as it'll be Angelo Ronas back on the point for this restart. Bailey Turner second, doing everything he can to maximize his points in this race. We'll see if he can get up there and lead some laps.
One to green here?
I think we should be getting the one to go.
If we don't, I think I have somebody to interview.
All right.
I believe they're doubling up those. I want to talk to Caleb Weekly because we haven't really heard from him this year, and he's been doing really good here tonight.
Yeah, running in fourth. He'll restart alongside the points leader, Jeff Wright. As Max Cost is caught back up to the field. Still 14 cars on the racetrack. Only 2 up behind the wall being Dennis Fairclough and Zach Smith. As we are working back around here on the backside of the racetrack. 2 cautions in the first 40 laps of this one. We'll see if we go green from here, but they've been racing pretty tightly. Pace car about to make the hard left-hand turn onto pit road, and it will. Field in the hands of Angelo Ronas, and he's going to go early in the restart zone, and he'll clear Bailey Turner. Not a problem there. Now the battle is on for second.
Right, and Turner side by side, and Turner's going to get that spot. Weekly now closing up. It's like the Ford Mustang.
Oh!
He's got troubled Seth Hatchell.
Wow, that is... I don't know what happened there. It looks like the whole back end got kicked off the ground.
Going to be race ending there for Seth again, and that's unfortunate. 2 weeks in a row. Ended up in the outside wall here. I'm not really sure what happened.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
Wow. That's very unfortunate. You don't see connection issues like that very often. You know, we'll see net code take effect.
Rare, but that's unfortunate for Seth.
There's a whole car width there in the tail end of this season. One to forget for the number 8 machine after such a strong season overall with 3 wins. He'll look to bounce back maybe next week.
We'll eliminate him from championship hopes. So goes up to Bailey Turner and Jeff Wright, and Jeff Wright doing everything he needs to lock up that championship here tonight.
So we look from the nose of Caleb Weekly at the 48.
Caleb Weekly, this is a good guy to learn from. Just follow behind, be a sponge, soak up everything that Jeff Wright's doing.
Just keeping that car a little bit off the line of the 48.
Running up a little bit.
I think we might be having some server issues. I know iRacing's had some problems here in the last week. Yeah, AJ Stravato. Looked like a timing and scoring issue there, but he'll get back in line here in 6th. He's gotten in front of the 03 of Noah Mikulski and trying to chase down Ray Massey, who appears to be super saving right now as he...
See how that works.
Yeah, I mean, restarting in the clean air, you think you'd want to keep that as much as possible, but he kept it down here on the bottom, and Seth Hatchell working back onto the racetrack 5 laps down. we'll see how that car performs, but
I
gonna
don't
be.
think it's gonna perform too good. You can see the right rear quarter panel is separated from the bumper as well. So car is gonna be evil, unfortunately for Seth, and he's gonna have 175 laps to unfortunately deal with that until he gets it all the way fixed. But go back on the racetrack.
Yeah, I think it's a good mindset to just like finish out the race. You know, you
Yeah.
take the time, dedicate it to the race, right? You might as well go out there and try and do your best that you can. There could be a few cautions, and he's in the lucky dog spot, being the only car on track that's laps down. But I tell you what, Angelo Ronis out here in front, he has created quite the gap back to Bailey Turner. It's almost 7/10 of a second, and that's about 7 or 8 car lengths, maybe even more than that on race.
Angelo's running a little higher than I would say I'd like him to, but he's building the gap.
Keep an eye on him, yeah,
He
running.
be glued on that bottom really, but his middle's not bad for him right now.
And he's increasing the gap. That time around, he was not faster than Bailey Turner, but we'll take a look this time at the stripe. Yeah, about 200ths quicker. It's not a whole lot, but it's a little bit.
Certainly a little bit, yeah.
It's a couple feet, maybe.
Samard to the outside of Mahalski.
Utilizing that top lane, and he's bringing Cody Adkins, Alan Dice, and others with him. He's making up some ground here. At one point, he was running 14th, and now he's up to 8th. Definitely keep an eye on the 77, trying to pick up where his teammate left off. And those being the only 2 VSPEED machines in the field tonight. Small showing by that team.
No Hayes and no
Mayato.
Hayes would have been interesting to see as well. Or Keith as well. Though both guys always have speed. But interesting to see how they could have done tonight.
Cody Atkins right on the back bumper of the 03. Looks like Noah might be saving a little bit right now. He's kind of holding these guys up. He's the roadblock as it looks like Hatchell's car is actually up to speed. I mean, he's got a tire advantage.
He's got tire advantage, but he looks like he's on a mission.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he's aware of what happened exactly. Obviously, the internet contributed significantly to that one, but it might contribute again. That was a close call right there. There was about 2 feet between those cars, so we got a server here tonight that is not the friendliest to contact in close racing.
Tell you what, the 20-lap older tires or fresher tires look really good. I can't imagine how 60-lap fresher tires are going to look if we get to that point later in this race.
Yeah, that's where the strategy is going to come in here. You've got those 4 more sets for most of these guys. Actually gets the outside of Cody Atkins. Cody would be the 9th place car on track, and Seth is just making great time right now, about a half-tenth quicker than the race leader, who's in clean air. And this gap is increased.
8/10 of a second gap, not bad at all.
Yeah, actually ticked that up to 9/10 just as he goes down into turn 1.
Good. I don't know how that's going to affect him long run. I think Bailey and Jeff running on the bottom is going to help them later in this run. But what do I know? They don't call Angelo the concrete, or they don't call him the Bristol King for no reason. He's always been so fast here. Got his first win in VRL back in the day. I think he won an overall back in the day, and he's just so good at Bristol. I'd argue this is probably his best track, and right now he's showing why it is Seth Hatchell has kind of passed everybody, and he's made it up to the 33, and the next car in front of him will be the 23.
Yeah, we'll see if there's payback here, but again, he did have some time on.
To have a couple feuds.
Yeah, he's had some time on pit road to see maybe how that happens, and Seth not necessarily.
I don't think he'll.
Not really a revenge kind of guy.
Got to be interesting to see, but here comes Sherrod to the inside.
That's enough. Seth
if Ray Massey had that restart to do over again, he probably would have attacked it a little bit differently because he is kind of stuck in 5th place.
Yeah, and he's got dirty air from many cars in front of him now, right? And that's not helping things. Even if you're saving on that low line, you've got cars that are making you work a little bit harder.
Turner and Wright have moved up, and they're up to the outside lane, and Wright is almost beating the back bumper off that car.
Yeah, they've lost a bit of time to Angelo. They're down to 1.2 seconds behind. And the 29 is absolutely moving out here. He's the class of the field.
He's going to lose another spot to the 33. Oh, 3. Oh, trouble, Maholski. Save it. What a save.
Wow. Take a look at that. Not sure if they made some contact. Yeah, they did.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely some contact.
But wow, kept it off the inside wall. That is not an easy thing to do at this
No,
track.
that would have been a track sweeper if he had hit that inside wall. I don't know if you recall, I'm sure, well, I hate to make the Dale Jr. fans relive it, but 2014 Bristol hit the inside wall, came right back up the track, nailed Kevin Harvick in the door.
It's happened a lot. I think Ricky Stenhouse had an
too.
incident kind of like that too at one point.
Yeah, 2020, you're right. Yeah, Ricky Stenhouse came back up the track and during the COVID era. And, oh, Jeff Wright into the wall. Yeah, I think another one, Truex, got hit by Kyle Busch and came up and hit J.J. Yaley.
The battle is on for that second spot. How about Seth Hatchell, though? I mean, he's got right up to these guys. He could unlap himself and go 4 laps down at this rate. He's still about a 10th quicker per lap, even though he's just been running the top side. We'll see as those two are running up there. He goes to the bottom, and he might be able to make something happen, but I think he's down a little bit of straightaway speed.
How about the lines have changed over just 45 or 35 laps running under green? Everybody glued to the bottom. Now everybody running and rim riding on the top. So it's good to see the difference of lines change, but we'll see whose tires are going to be better. The 29 or 23, we're talking about discipline early in this race. He has stayed on the bottom this entire run. He has not moved off the bottom. Everybody else moving around on the top. Some using the bottom, but the 23 has not ventured up any higher than where he's at right now.
Battling side by side with the 7 of Caleb Weekly, and right behind them, Chris Samard.
First time I've seen him move up.
Yeah, there he goes right now, just as you were talking about him staying on the bottom. Alan Dice, Cody Adkins, Chris Samard having a heavyweight battle back here inside the top 10. Oh, is Samard into the wall? That's the danger of running up high, right? If you slip up past kind of the cushion.
And we saw what happened to Dennis Faircloth early in the race, where he overstepped it just a little bit and spun off a 2. Anyway, Ray Massey is having trouble getting by the 7 in a Weekly.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough task here this late in the run, or this far into a run. He is really up on the door. He's going to make contact.
Yeah, I was going to say, ooh. Really running up high. I don't think Ray's going to like that too much. Like I said, if Ray could redo that restart, I think he would have, because right now he's just stuck behind the 7. 33's kind of leaving both of them.
Yeah, AJ has, he's the quickest car right now on the racetrack. He's got a little bit of a clean air gap up to the 48.
He's running the bottom, too, as well. So he's starting to figure it out here. Starting in the back, he's figuring it out.
Yeah. Always one to keep an eye on. I think the all-time winningest driver here in BTDY. Yeah. So
nice. Man, there's a good battle for the back half of the top 10.
Dice. Samard, you got Ostrowski. So Samard has lost a couple of spots here. He's been stuck to the top side for the most part, but I think maybe a little bit of a run-in with the wall a couple times. The 03 of Michalski, he's trying to close back in after he was battling up there for about 6 or 7. And now he goes to the inside of the 41 machine of Ostrowski. The 03 is quick here tonight. I think the 03 can get up there and he'll challenge maybe for a top 5 before it's all said and done. Still has a long ways yet to go in this race. I mean, we're taking the laps off really quickly, but 225 laps is still a long ways here.
Already 85 down to go, or 85 down, so coming up close to 125 to go. That'll go by very quick. I think all but, what, 30, 40 minutes to get this race over if we go green.
Keeping an eye as Ray Massey was able to get by the 7 of Caleb Bleakley. I'm not sure if there was maybe not a little bit of persuasion there with the bumper, but
from what I saw, I think it was more Caleb knew that Ray was faster than me. It took a slide job to get by him, but he got by. Weekly, from what I can see, just overstepped that cushion a little bit, and 23 went right on by him, and he's back on the apron, or back on the, not the apron, back on the bottom.
A little slide off of turn number 2 right there. That's the thing, if you start using one line.
And, I'm noticing Angela's starting to fall off a little bit, although I think he just got passed by the 8. But looking here, the 33 and the 23 got some speed here as they go on. The 33, especially, trouble down the front stretch.
Oh!
Sullivan and Nathan Ostrowski. And that might be race over for the 46. The smoke billowing from the 46 car and the Octane Ford, and
Oh, just
yeah,
came together. Was not clear.
Oh,
Big hit.
in the middle, this 46 car goes up in the air. Rides against the outside wall here. Oh.
I think they'll be able to continue. Possibly, we'll have to see how the repairs go for Dallas Sullivan. Oh no, engine is
get back out on the racetrack. Yeah,
engine is smoking there, so he's going to be done. Hatchell though, he'll
field.
get the lucky dog, and he got a lap back on his own
So
there.
got a 3 down, so
Yeah.
it's not bad. If we get a more caution, it's possible, but we're running out of cars.
Yeah, we are running out of cars. I mean, we didn't have many to start with. Down to just 12 on the lead lap, and I think only going to be 13 really running in this race. And Angelo Rona's going to lead us down here. It was a 60 lap run since the last pit stop. And we'll see if anybody can beat the 29 off of the pit lane.
You saw Massey do it, but Massey started second, and Angelo has that first pit stall, so always an advantage here. Any racetrack we go to, an advantage is everybody in the pit lane.
I don't think anyone is going to try 2 tires. It was too long of a run for sure.
50 laps on green flag laps on tires. I don't think you're going to see anybody take 2. Ronas going to get the spot out of pit road and jump in the 24.
Yeah, Jeff Wright gaining a position there. So he'll go to second.
Weekly get a penalty.
Let's see.
All right, we're back going here. Shamar stays in pit road, gets some damage fixed. I believe the 41 as well, getting some damage fixed as well. And Joe Ronas will get the lead back here. And I mean, he's closing up on 100 laps led.
Yeah, 87 laps led.
How about we get old Caleb Weekly up here? He's having a good run.
Pull the 7 in here.
Caleb Weekly, Alec Martinez had a baker in the VC booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Oh man, that Trevor Ford Mustang Dark Horse is looking pretty sporty today. How was she feeling out there?
It was really good. I fell back a little kind of as the tires were wearing, but now I know that I can't run the top as early as I can, but I think I've learned what I need to know to even be back in the top 5.
Now, do you feel like this has been the best run you've had, being able to run here almost in the top 5, top 10, or running well inside the top 10? You've had really good runs the last few weeks. Now it's looking better and better as you continue to go on.
Yeah, I think this is probably the best run in BTDY I've had so far. I can't really think of any better. I did have a good run at Vegas, but we're going to hope to get my first career top 5 in BTDY tonight.
All right, well, we'll see, and hopefully that goal happens and comes true. Maybe we'll be even talking to you at the end of this, so good luck here, Caleb.
Thanks, Alec.
All right. That's Caleb Weekly, driver number 7 Ford Mustang, Trevor Ford Mustang. As Andrew Ronas, interesting, going to take the top here. AJ Servato and Caleb Weekly are going to look really good here if they can get good momentum here. 48 and 24 might spin the tires.
Yeah, I wonder if this is strategic by Angelo, knowing that the 48's right there, and maybe he can.
All spin the tires.
Maybe he can pin the 48 down with AJ on the top side. AJ not quite able to get there though.
AJ will get Bailey here.
Angelo Ronas back to the point, and I don't think he's ever led this many laps in a BTDY race, but very dominant so far.
Dominant. Oh, Turner crossing over Stravato here for 3rd.
Stravato able to hold off the 24 for the moment. And they are putting down some fast laps. These are the best laps of the race for these guys. They got their foot down. Ray Massey right here on the back of the 24. He's not saving as much as he was on the previous run.
Last week too, Massey and Turner had contact on the backstretch. Looked like Turner, I don't know if he meant to, but hip checked him ended the 23's day as he went to the inside. Well, I don't think Ray's thinking any payback, but that was something that did happen last week, and I think right now just staying calm, cool, and collected behind him as goes it up on 125 to go. I was halfway through this race.
Yeah, nearly halfway through, and race recap to this point. 3 cautions, 4 total lead changes. It's mostly been between Angelo Ronis and Ray Massey, and not sure who else has led some laps under caution possibly, but Angelo's been out front for the majority of it. The 29 machine doing the same thing he's done all race long, and that is start to pull away now up to about 5.5 tenths out in front. It's really, really strong here tonight. It's you know, we've seen Angelo be very quick, but I don't know if I've seen him ever be like you said, this dominant.
Level quick. This is great, man. It's good to see guys, you know, put the race together. But he's got some hungry guys behind him. He's got some tough guys behind him. He's gonna have to earn this one later in this race.
2 of the all-time winningest drivers in the league here behind him right now, AJ Stravato and Jeff Wright, past champions of this series, and then Bailey Turner, many-time runner-up in the points and many-time winner as well. You know, Angelo's got that 1 win last season, and he's looking to add to that here, and this would be a very different one. I think he kind of slipped into that one a little bit more. You know, had a good run going, was in the right place at the right time. This one, if he gets it, he's earned it. But we're not even halfway, so can't talk about the finish of it.
We're getting there.
We are getting there. Single filed out for the moment. No battles. Although, yeah, towards the back of the field here, take a look at Seth Hatchell again. You can see now that he's on equal tires with everyone, the difference that has made.
Yeah.
And he is well off the pace from the leaders, about 2 tenths a lap. Chris Samard also back here in 12th, battling with Nathaniel Strowski. Kind of the only battle for the moment. But they are really close further up here, actually. It looks like Alan Dice, Cody Adkins, they've been around each other all race long, fighting for 7th and 8th at the moment. The 5 and the 55. And Alan has had a good run here at, as he gets sideways, steps it loose there.
Oh, the marbles right there, you can see.
I could hear the tires sliding.
If you get on board with him too, you can see, if you go back on board, you can see the marbles on the outside lane that are starting to build from guys running everywhere. You can see about here, you see all those little bit of marbles. He gets up into them again, he gets the wall.
And so that grip may be going away in the top groove if that doesn't get cleaned up a little bit. But he's trying to clean it up, I guess, and pick them up on his tires. It's not really what you want to do in the middle of the race. But he's trying to keep the top side alive, and he's had good runs at this racetrack as well. I know this is one of his favorites in that 5 machine. That number has had some amazing moments and historic, memorable moments here at Bristol. Terry Labonte and Dale Earnhardt back in the years, and Kyle Larson as of late. I know Casey Kane also got, I think, a win or 2 here possibly.
2013, he did.
Yeah. I think Mark Martin probably as well. I think in the
for sure on that one.
The car tomorrow. But
I thought that was Kyle Busch.
Oh, maybe it was Kyle Busch. Yeah, the first one. Yeah.
The CRT, yeah.
Yeah, I think the one season Mark Martin got all those wins. I think he might have also won here, but that may have just been Dover, which is similar, but not the same racetrack by any means. But yeah, right now it's the 29. Also. Kevin Harvick back in the day.
He's looking like Kevin Harvick out here at Bristol in the early 2000s, man. He is absolutely just put on a click here. And, he looks like Jeff Wright right now. Nobody can really touch him. Jeff Wright behind him. We'll see those as we go longer in this run, but nobody kind of on the bottom. He's kind of around middle, but man, he just makes it work, and it's like nobody can really run the top as good as he can.
And the handling seems to fall off a bit, throughout the race. So he's found something where he can keep the speed underneath that car, not burning the tires up too much, and I think we could see a very long run here. I don't know if we can make it to the end of this race on fuel. I think it would be right at the edge of the fuel range, so that'll be interesting to see if anyone pulls strategy. And it is tough here under green to get on the pit road. That's a completely different beast.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see, will we have green flag pit stops? I think the fuel tank's about 150, but are the tires going to be worth it is the question.
Yeah, and we're at 80% fuel here tonight, so I don't know if we're going to be right on the edge of that, for that range. Right now, 108 or so to go. They've already run 26. Definitely going to be interesting to see how that all shakes out. Ray Massey starting to put some pressure here on the 24 machine. Bailey Turner
Yeah, but Ray, we've been talking about it. Ray's been really just leaning on the bottom, and he's just been loyal to it. But on the longer runs, it seems to be paying off at the moment. As he needs to get better and better long run pace. We talked about him and AJ Stravado having probably the best pace as the run went on compared to Ronis and Wright. But we just haven't been able to see too much of these guys, kind of get to that long run, get past 60, 70 laps.
Everybody's pretty well settled in at the moment. No battling side by side. But, Bailey Turner wants to get up there and battle with that 48. Try and keep his championship hopes alive. And, right now, with the field dwindling, the 48 machine looking that much closer to a lock for the championship. It's nearly a lock as it sits, but, if things went ultimately wrong and he finished last and Bailey Turner ended up winning this race, it's a whole new ball game. I think we'd be right back at it next week, but we are definitely having some server and connection issues. I'm not sure if you're seeing the same things as me.
Yeah, Massey's bleeding a little bit, but other than that, I don't think anybody else having too much issues. But Ray for sure struggling a little bit getting connected.
And that may have been the issue earlier with Seth Hatchell alongside him, right? Maybe it's the 23's internet connection. Yeah, so as Hatchell's still out there, he's kind of still maintained about 0.2 off pace with the damage on that car. I'm not sure if it's actually even worse now that they started to repair it. But he's still out here 3 laps down and not too far from going another lap down, though, is Angelo Ronis. About a straightaway behind him. And Angelo, 2 seconds. That's forever here.
It seems like a long way to kind of reel somebody in, that's for sure. Is this stout pace every single lap from the 29 is 35 laps on the tires. We'll see how much more the handling changes, if it goes away on the 29 or if it just continues to get better. But seems like as of recent, man, these Fords turn it up in real NASCAR, turn it up here in the iRacing side too.
Yeah, and Angelo always running that sponsorless machine.
Gotta get him a sponsor.
We do gotta get him a sponsor. I think we've been saying that for a few seasons.
Yeah. We gotta.
I think maybe even all the way back to VRL. Mm-hmm. But battle right now, Noah Mikowski, Chris Samard doing a battle here for 9th and 10th. Samard not able to.
He's got good pace on the long run too.
Yeah, he's running top 5 speeds right now. Cody Atkins put down a really nice lap as well in the 7th position. Keep an eye on that 55. Had a strong year out here and looking to lock. I think he is going to lock the.
Yeah, no Justin Carey here tonight. So yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to lock the next up award. He pretty much had that. So congrats to him. And maybe he can top it off here with a nice solid top 5 or even better. But
that's possible too.
Closing in on Caleb Weekly. That's about 4 car lengths between those two. Samard Michalski here, 77 going to take the spot away. So much for the long run pace we just mentioned. Noah maybe
it looked good for a second, then he just kind of fell off again.
Yeah, I think he might have slipped up there on the other end of the racetrack and lost a little bit of ground, but that's about the only battle at the moment. We're going to go to a side-by-side and hear from tonight's race sponsors. We'll be right back.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
back at the racetrack here with the Affinity for Gaming 225, and we've seen some battles develop here as this race has gone on. You see Caleb Weekly now side by side with the 41 machine of Nathaniel Ostrowski, who brought it down pit road. Cody Adkins has been putting pressure on the 7 for lap after lap. We've seen Chris Samard make a few passes. He's up to 8th position. And now the lead starting to shrink just a little bit. It's a couple tenths down from where we were when we cut away. It's down to 1.8, and Jeff Wright is the one on the move right now.
Jeff's been chipping away at it slowly but surely, but kind of trading lap times at the moment. So it's been interesting to see.
Yeah, this time about a tenth quicker, but we'll see if he goes any faster next time around. Other drivers with fast laps right now. Bailey Turner ran a 16.76, about almost 2 tenths quicker than Angelo. So he's on the move as well, but 4.3 seconds back. He's got AJ Stravato about 8 or 10 car lengths out in front of him. The 41 machine of Ostrowski with a 45 lap tire advantage. Also some nose damage, but he's trying to work his way and get one of his laps back.
He's got a really good pace. He's turning about 3 tenths faster a lap than the leader, but that damage probably isn't helping.
The last time, yeah, about 5 tenths quicker than Angelo.
Second, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Alan Dyke's struggling with the handling of his car.
Yeah, he pushed really hard on the top for a long time, and we saw him get in the marbles a few times. I think just heated up the rear tires a little bit too much. He's fallen back to 10th. Max Cost, the next one behind him, and they're about, he's about 5 seconds in front of Angelo Ronas, so about a third of a lap. You can see that's the difference right there. Angelo one straightaway behind.
Cody Atkins, Caleb Weekly going out of here. 6th and 7th on the racetrack here.
Yeah, they've been all over each other here for about 15 or 20 laps. Cody is definitely a little quicker, but just like Ray Massey, having a hard time past the 7, was using the middle and the high groove. And Cody just kind of running in his tire tracks right now, waiting for the 7 to slip up. Going a little higher there on the exit, and look at that, he gets a really good run. Might send it down into turn 1. No, he'll stay in line, so try another time.
Using that top. If you're using the top, you're going to have to get a good enough run to get to the bottom and kind of slide job up the racetrack to get by him. See here. I don't think you can just stay behind him and get him loose here. I mean, unless he makes a massive mistake. I think you just need to get under him and kind of throw a slider there. But I'm just seeing how much longer we're going to see guys coming in the pit here. Might have got to the outside. I just overstepped it a little bit. Almost into the marbles. Oh, Weekly makes it really loose.
Yeah, these guys are on the edge. They've pushed their tires pretty far and pretty hard at this point. 60 laps into this run. You know, we've seen one car bring it down, being Nathaniel Ostrowski. We'll see others, I think, likely bring it in probably in the next 10 or 15 laps, right? That would split it about halfway. And you can see Angela's starting to struggle a little bit. Yeah, Jeff, though.
The 8 car a little bit. The dirty air in there from the 8 is probably not helping the 29, but Jeff's kind of reeling him in slowly but surely.
Yeah, down to 1.6 seconds. And there's the 63 of Max Cost, who's now gone 1 lap down.
It's Weekly Atkins fight. It's a good battle here on the racetrack. One of the only battles on the racetrack, but kind of slipping and sliding around there. See 7 getting loose. Here comes 55 to the bottom.
We know Caleb saying
hard to make it work.
He wanted to get that first top 5, and it's going to be tough. He's losing time to Ray Massey now, and there goes Cody Adkins right on by. You would think maybe the 7 might elect to bring it down.
Oh, Cody got the wall.
He was maybe so used to having that benchmark of a car in front of him that he kind of lost his marks there. And there goes the 7 into the wall, just as we were talking about him.
I think what you want to do here is you might want to go to probably 175 and then bring it in here.
Yeah, if you try and undercut.
Actually, I'd say that Bailey Turner's coming in.
Yeah, he's often a strategy leader here on the racetrack. So he's going to be the first one to blink and bring it down. Angelo Ronas, you know, he'll be influenced by that surely. in you know, about the next couple laps. You'd think the 29 might
I
bring
think
it down.
you're wanting to race the 48 here. You pit either to win the 48 pits or the lap after the 48 pits.
So Bailey already 1 lap down now. He'll fall to 11th for the
Lose
moment.
2 at least.
Angelo, I think, working out of turn number 4 right here, so that'll be coming back to 2 laps to go. Ray Massey.
In the pit road. And what these guys cannot have is a caution.
Yeah, that is essentially a race
We've seen
ender.
it happen before, but you cannot have a caution.
Bailey off and away, 2 laps down. And Angelo Ronis entering the turn right behind him, so that's going to be how close it is to going almost 3 laps down. And Bailey
wow.
right up there at the front of the running order before he brought it in. Keep an eye on other drivers. Nobody else bringing it in. Ray Massey just coming to a stop here. Already 2 laps down. Now getting service completed. He's probably going to fall to 3 laps down based on where he was running on track.
Pretty hard racing in the middle of the pack. Ostrowski, Samard, I believe they're running down Weekly and Mahalski. And they're coming. And these guys slipping and sliding around here. And Ostrowski has fresher tires, but can't seem to get by him on that bottom here early, or at least later in the run, because the momentum, everybody on the outside. This is what Turner and Massey can't have, is these guys all get together and wreck.
And also, they don't want to get stuck behind him, right? I mean, that's
exactly.
and
Turner's
that's
coming
exactly
up on them,
what happened. Yeah.
Oh, they might go 3 wide here. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh baby. Turner's just gonna have to bite the bullet here and be smart. Oh, look at that. You got to thread the needle. Look at that. What a move from Bailey Turner.
He had to do it. He's got the tire advantage, so he's got to make good use of that.
Almost got hit by Samar in the entry. The corner kind of chopped him in the entry. Almost a little contact.
This would move Chris Samard up into 5th for the time being, and he is definitely faster. I mean, he's a 10 to 2.
He's falling off here. Oh, big slide. Here comes the 03 now. Caleb Weekly's got to be thinking about bringing it in here soon. He's losing a lot of time.
Yeah, this is definitely the time to make that decision.
Wright cut it under a second here.
Wow, interesting kind of reverse roles here, right? I mean, Jeff sometimes the one to burn his stuff up on the long run. Angelo's been really...
Atkins.
Cody bringing it in here from inside.
Oh, Angelo's got the wall. Really good, actually. Wait, I hit the wall. That was the first mistake I seen him make all day. He looks like he slid up into the wall. A little higher than he probably wants to. And Jeff Wright cut it down to 7th, 10th. We're not getting loose here.
Yeah, this may be when the 29 might want to think about bringing it in. A couple more laps at the most, right? I mean, he's been so good to this point, almost 80 laps into the run. You've got less than that to the end of the race. Oh, and he has really, really lost the handle on that car. You can see
he is losing the handling of that car.
It's almost like we're running on the dirt track version of this.
They'll be up on the wall. That's what.
Ray Massey going around Nathaniel Ostrowski. He moves back into 10th. And
Turner's about to get one of his laps back. So this will be interesting. Turner has 10 laps on his tires here.
This could be a winning strategy.
Could be. We'll see, though. 10 laps looks like it's going to be a pretty big difference. So we'll see. Is Turner with ease goes by the top 2. That's one thing that these guys got to worry about is Caleb Weekly, Noah Mahalski racing each other. This for 5th. Chris Samard has kind of driven away from these guys as Mahalski gets that spot, and Alan Dykes closing into the back of these 2.
Yeah, Alan's
separating top 2 here.
Alan's running a pretty good pace right now. He's one of the fastest cars on the track, so interesting to see that. Yeah, but Angelo has really lost a lot of ground here. And everybody else is faster. He's probably the slowest car on the track right now, so that's interesting to see how that's changed.
Both of them, Here comes Jeff. This is going to be big here. Now Angelo's for sure going to have to bring it in next time.
Yeah,
that might get Jeff the lead here.
Yeah, they're
a Jeff Wright.
a second and a half off their fast lap, so that's the difference. And we'll see where
Angelo
Bailey
stays out another lap, and he is sliding.
He's gonna have to either like really overcut it, but I think it's too late now you've got to bring it in. You're not going to have enough time to make up the difference.
He is losing so much time. He is almost sliding around. Looks like he might have right rear going down.
That's what it's.
How much time he's losing?
Yeah, that's what it's looked like. Here he comes now, bringing it in. So AJ Stravato looks like he's going to stay out and inherit the race lead for the moment.
To make a mistake. Man, all these guys are. I mean, they are on. It looks like the end of the Bristol race in the Cup Series this year. They are just losing. I mean, almost spinning out, blowing tires.
Bailey Turner's gone by Jeff Wright. He's, I think, he's almost an
Jeff
entire lap.
He's almost a lap ahead of him.
Yeah.
Actually, he will be. See where this puts Angelos. He's in the pit road. He's just crossed our finish line, so he's going to get some fresh rubber here. So there's Jeff now going by him. So this next time that Jeff comes around, he's going to get by him here, I think, although this traffic might not help the 48.
Bailey Turner's. Oh! Contact made between the 24 and the 48.
There comes Angelo out of pit road, but Jeff's already gotten by him.
He's long gone at this point. It's going to be 4 or 5 seconds, I think.
That might cost Angelo Ronis the race. That extra lap staying out might cost him the race.
Yeah, just getting up to speed. It's 3 seconds, the difference between himself and Cody, and then
Jeff's
another second.
still barely getting by him here. I mean, Jeff's now on the same lap as Turner, but he's got a whole track to run him down with only 40 laps to go.
Yeah, he ran a 15.8. Bailey Turner ran a 16.2. He's got a lot of faster cars around him, so
and these tires will even out eventually.
I mean, he's going to have to do more than 0.2 of a second per lap, I think, to get there. Well, actually, it'd be pretty close. But
close. We'll see.
AJ Stravato is still on the racetrack, along with Chris Simard and Noah Michalski.
He's going to try to make it to the end. Look at Simard. Simard has ran him down. Stravato 0.3 off the pace.
Yeah, Chris Simard. Maybe AJ's trying to save fuel, but I think he's just
it
used
won't
to
work.
his
It
tires.
won't work. He is. I mean, he's looking like he's blowing a right rear tire. Gonna be bringing it in here soon, I would think. I mean, he is just looking at it. He's slipping and sliding around. That time, Simard 0.3 of a second faster. And Turner's already on their laps. I don't see why. Yeah, they're gonna have to pit. These guys just hoping for a caution, and AJ Stravato might be the caution if he keeps sliding around like this.
Yeah, he's trying to overcut, I think, long enough here. But yeah, he's definitely not going to be able to.
I don't think this strategy is going to work.
There's not going to be enough time. It's now going to be 40 laps to go. Chris Simard.
Michalski on the same lap as him as well. So
yeah,
same as Alan Dice. He's going to fall back to the 5 and the 03. They're probably going to lose a spot to the 03 here.
Yeah, Simard now out in cleanish air. I mean, he is 0.3 a lap quicker, but Michalski is right there on the back bumper.
Cannot lay a bumper on him. He will spin him out with how loose the 33 is. You see how just slipping and sliding that rear end around. Just cannot get any rear grip.
And
As this is happening, they're side by side in front of Caleb Weekly, who's coming by. Oh, that's going to get really tight. They're going to almost make contact. Weekly makes a hole, and he gets through, and now he goes underneath the 33.
This is dodging bullets here is what this is.
And Jeff Wright and Angelo Ross, they're hoping, let's just keep this race green.
Well, especially Jeff Wright being 1 lap down. He is in the lucky dog position at the moment. Still has 6 seconds to catch up to Ray Massey. And then he's got another 3 seconds past there to get Bailey Turner. I think it's going to be a tall task for Jeff.
These guys, they're just getting the doors blown off.
Yeah, these guys are it's not going to work out for them, I don't think. Chris Simard.
Oh, right in front of Jeff Wright. Just Stravato and Dunn almost hit each other. And Jeff had to split the middle, but it cost them a whole lot of time.
And Alan Dice caught the wall, but he's still just behind AJ. He's going to end up passing him here.
AJ's just, I mean, he is. He looks like he's going to blow a right rear tire here. Like I said, the only thing I can even compare this to is we saw how much fresh. Oh,
a little contact
we saw how
there.
much fresh tires meant to in the Cup race here earlier this year. I mean, it looks like they are just. I mean, they're almost wrecking because of tire wear.
Tell you what, Noah Michalski, he is closing in on Chris Simard now, but those two are definitely, you know, the class of the field in terms of the old tires. Over 100 laps on these tires, and they're running, you know,
I think AJ's finally coming in. Yeah, he's coming in now.
Yeah, this is.
Well, for him, he could just kind of go for 30 laps. I think he lost too much time.
Yeah, he's going to be probably a lap and a half down. I think maybe even by the time that it all cycles out. Chris Simard going to go on by and at least put him a lap down already. Angelo Ronis now just coming around to unlap himself.
He'll have no issue getting by these two. Where Jeff had to kind of wait the lap or two, where Angelo just got by in a set of corners.
And Bailey
Well, he's
Turner.
got 3.5 seconds to run down the 48 here.
Bailey Turner is just 4 seconds behind Chris Simard right now.
Simard.
And we're coming to
I
30.
mean, Bailey's almost a second faster than them.
Yeah,
They can go all the way on tires. That's going to be impressive. You're going to go, what, 135
130.
laps?
Yeah, over 130 laps. It's going to be incredible.
It's going to be a heck of a strategy if they can get it going, but their tires have to fall off. Turner and Wright's tires are going to have to fall off at a certain point.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Almost a second a lap slower.
yeah.
It's
Bailey,
worth the strategy here. You know, if they can get a caution here, everybody else is going to pay it.
Bailey is about 4/10 slower than Jeff that last lap, and Angelo is still, you know, he's in the 15s still, so he's got,
If they stay out, and this is a battle for the lead here, Mahalski and Simard. Both of them going for their first wins of the season. Dice still on the racetrack too. He's going for his first win.
and it looks like some of these guys are picking the times back up. Alan Dice got back in the 16, so did Noah Mahalski, but this last time they lost a little bit.
I still think it's going to be enough, really. Turner's got
Definitely.
too much speed, and Jeff Wright is coming.
Yeah, Bailey's been out here 39 laps, Ray Massey 37, Jeff Wright.
Bailey's up to Dice, and it's going to be with easy getting by him.
Yep.
I still think 25 more laps they're going to be able to hold on. I don't know, Bailey versus Wright is going to be close, but I don't know if these guys are going to be able to hold off the 24. They might impede the 24 a little bit. I don't think he'll have any issue, especially if these two are going to race each other. They're just holding each other up.
Yeah, this is not going to work out. It's Simard on the top side. Mahalski trying to go low here, and you know, it's just costing them time. 17th lap.
2 laps get down.
Well, that is to the 77, so once that cycles out a little, but it's basically going to be the same to the 24.
Yeah, I think the 77 is trying to stay out here, and so is the 03. These two battle each other. Is going to enable the 24 to get to them very quick. He's almost half a second behind them now.
He's about 4/10 of a second per lap faster, so he'll pass them and probably the next 2 laps.
In the wall.
But if we get a caution at some point here,
these two are going to cycle. They're going to jump ahead of them.
Yeah, they'd be at the front, assuming a clean pit stop, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. And you know, I think that's what they're going to have to hope for. I mean, 23 to go, 22 to go now. I don't see them holding off the 24 or the 48.
Bailey's caught up.
Bailey's got to get by them too if he wants to have a chance at right. He's about a half straightaway ahead.
Keep an eye on this. He's going to go to the outside of the 03, but he's stuck
77.
behind Simard. And he's just not going to be able to use that lane. The 77 is there.
03's not going to have anything for him here. Now Bailey can shoot down to the middle here, get to the bottom. Got to get by these guys quick. Here he goes to the middle.
Couldn't get the drive off, though. Cost him a lot of speed. Simard still has a lead.
Second and a half. Jeff Wright.
Should be able to complete the pass at some point, but Simard battling really tough on the top. Maybe he's saved a little bit.
Lap car of Weekly. Turner's just going to clear him. Oh, he's going to take him 3. Simard overshoots the cushion, and there goes Turner by, but here comes Wright now, about a second behind.
This is going to get very, very interesting. You got to look
And
at.
if Wright gets caught up, how much until Angelo Ronis gets there with fresher tires?
Yeah, right now he is
Right to the bottom.
similar lap times, but
Oh, well, actually, Wright's not going to get held up at all. He's easily going to get by Simard and Mahalski. Because Max Koss behind him going to get with fresher tires. Now Wright up to the 24 of Bailey Turner.
and Angelo's only got 2 or 3 lap fresher tires, and he is still a ways back. This could be another notch, you know, on the tally for the 48 machine. As he goes to the inside.
Bailey's not going to let him go.
This is really a battle for any chance at the championship for Bailey Turner.
Oh, Jeff's going to get him right here on the exit. There it is, 48 to the lead, something we've said multiple times this year.
But we haven't said it much tonight. He's only led 2 laps, now coming back to 3 laps, and Max Koskins trying to get one of his laps back.
Massey's caught up to the 3 and the 03 and the 77 here. The 29's coming to them.
I'll tell you, these the 77 and the 03, they have been battling for literally over 100 laps.
laps.
Yeah. It's incredible that they're.
Angela's got to get by all these guys quick. Well, that's not going to help. Oh, that's not going to help either. Look at that. Angelo goes to the outside. He might be able to cross over middle and get by both of them. Bumper to the back of the 77. It's going to get really tight off the floor.
Almost.
Massey backs out of it. And here comes Ronis to the inside.
Wow, that was
He'll
almost
call that one.
4 wide there. Here comes.
Oh, that wouldn't have worked at Bristol, I can tell you that.
Not for very long, at least. As he goes to third now. So he's got clear track for about 2.2 seconds up to Bailey Turner. And then, yeah, he's got a little bit further to go to get to Jeff Wright, but it's going to be too little too late, I think. And Angelo Ronis might see this one slip out of his fingers here. As soon as that car started to dirt track like he was and he lost all of that time, I think that should have been the indicator. Probably bring it in.
The lap before, he should have pitted. I think that extra lap he stayed out was what's might cost him the win.
That will be likely the difference because he would be that much closer throughout the run. And
I think he costed himself a second or so staying out that extra lap.
And then you get caught in different positions too, being that much further back because you would have been maybe that much closer to Jeff Wright, maybe get up to him. We're coming to, this is now 10 laps to go, and Jeff Wright looking for win number 7 as he's looking at the number 7 machine. Caleb Weekly was trying to stay on the tail end of the lead lap here, and Samard and Mahalski are just going at it this whole time.
Good battle. Jeff Wright saying he's hoping these boys keep it clean and green here.
48 machine. He's got some time to give as well, so he doesn't even have to push.
I think Cody Atkins is gonna maybe run up to the back of the top 5 here, especially with how hard Mahalski and Samard are running. He's 3 seconds behind them, but he's turning about a half a second a lap faster. These two are just door to door, still going at it.
Yeah, this is.
Mahalski might clear him in the 3 here.
It's pretty incredible. Nobody's really got an advantage. They've been doing this for so long, although now it looks like the 03 might be able to clear. No. Samard got the wall though, kind of reacted. But yeah, this is really important to watch because something could happen. Nobody else is really battling for position. Although Angelo Ronis
driving it in there. Yeah, he's stuck behind Bailey here. He'll get by him, but it's going to be tough actually. Tires are evening out.
He's about 1/10 of a second per lap faster, but that, yeah, this late in the run, that is not really enough necessarily to make an easy pass. And he is right there. Bailey doesn't want to lose any more points.
Slid it in the corner and he got him. Here goes 55 though.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. Can he get there? He should be able to at this pace. Catch up to at least the 77 machine. And we're gonna keep
man, what could have been for Angelo Ronis too.
Yeah, I mean, he's led so many laps here, 172 laps, and not necessarily going to get the win. He's going to give the bumper to the 24 machine of Bailey Turner. And
I think he wants to at least come up with the 2nd place finish here. I don't think a 3rd place is going to please him anymore as he's still battling. But remember, these top 3 are teammates. They're not going to race each other. They're going to race each other hard, but they're not going to race each other too hard. And, big moment from Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey's pushing as hard as he can to try and stay in front. He's got a significant tire disadvantage, almost 20 laps to Angelo.
Jeff Wright, he's going to cruise home to a win, and he's going to cruise home to a championship. But it's looking like here is 7 wins, and man, what a dominant performance. There's 14 seconds left to go for Jeff Wright. You know, what a season it's been for the 48. There's a half a lap to go. Jeff Wright won the championship 2 seasons ago, but this time he'll get his 7th win and a secure championship number 2 for Jeff Wright at Bristol. And look at this side by side for 2nd. Turner holds on and beats Ronis to the line, and then Ray Massey comes home 4th. Noah Mahalski on 135 lap old tires comes home 5th. Cody Atkins 6th. Chris Samard is 7th. And Alan Dice comes home with 8th. Caleb Wheatley 9th, and Nathaniel Ostrowski a top 10 run. Is AJ Stravado gonna unfortunately suffer from his grid strategy? And Jeff Wright, I would gotta say, with all no doubt in my mind, is the season 7 champion, his 2nd championship of his BTDY career.
Yeah, what a run for the 48. He took advantage, was right on the strategy there, and able to pull away for its 7th win of the season, and definitely deserving of this championship. He's got one more race to go, and it's a formality at that point, but he gets the win here tonight at Bristol. We'll interview him and the rest of the top 3 after a quick commercial break. Back at the racetrack here, and we're going to be pulling in our 3rd place finisher. Very strong performance here tonight. And Alec, I believe you're with him.
Yes, sir. Angelo Ronis, you lead 160 or 72 laps. Start on the pole. What more did you maybe need in that pit cycle to get and jump Jeff Wright?
I really don't know. It was probably the best race I've had in a very long time, and just choked it away. But I don't know. I think I pit like a lap or 2 later than him. But lap traffic, it was. I mean, it's just a product of Bristol. It's no one's fault or anything. But yeah, I just did not get through lap traffic efficiently to get to him. But I mean, even in that last run, we were basically running the same lap time. So I don't think, unless he caught up in someone else's mess, I probably wasn't going to catch him either way. But I mean, try to take positives from this. Like I mentioned, probably best race I've had in a long time. But yeah, this one's going to sting for a while.
Certainly, and as well next week, Club Speedway won the All-Star race there, I believe, last year. Final race of the season, obviously good momentum from Bristol. How do you feel about going out to Auto Club and getting one more win to close out the season?
We'll see. I mean, I do like that track, no matter what car we take there. But yeah, guess we'll just wait and see. But yeah, Jeff was just lights out today, and he's probably going to be that way next week. So we'll see what happens.
For sure. Well, we appreciate your time, Angela. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, congrats to Jeff again for the win. My teammates Bailey and AJ that were in the Discord with me tonight. Everyone that goes out for these races. You guys were putting on a good broadcast, and all the sponsors that helped put this all together.
Well, we appreciate your time, Angela. Again, congratulations on the 3rd place finish, and hopefully we'll be talking to you again next week at Auto Club Speedway.
Sure. Thank you.
So Angela Ronas, the 3rd place finisher, will be on pit road to 2nd place, and Bailey Turner, Alec Martinez out of back in the VC booth. Get a copy, buddy. Bailey Turner, you there, buddy?
I gotcha.
Oh, okay, there you go. Well, then you tried a pit strategy, almost worked. Pitted pretty early, I believe 20 laps late earlier than Jeff Wright did, and it seemed like it almost worked. What more maybe did you need to have something for the 48?
I mean, obviously, just a little more pace. This place is always like, for a guy that loves short tracks, this place has always been a struggle for me. So, really just more pace in that short middle run there. I just felt like for whatever reason, every time I tried to save tire, somehow managed to burn it up just a bit more. But yeah, just trying to give it all I can for the championship, seeing if I could make anything up. And unfortunately, I think I lost a little more this week. So we'll go down swinging. Looking forward to finishing the season, and hopefully we get some more guys out here. It'd be fun to kind of finish this season off in a good way.
For sure. And next week, going to that season finale to Auto Club Speedway for the final race of the season. How do you feel about going out there and trying to maybe get end on a good note and get a win?
I'm excited. That's when for whatever reason, when I first joined the service, I hated the track, but managed to win a lot. So, really looking forward to the place. I feel like it really suits my driving style, and I know Auto Club's one of your favorites, Alec. Just in our discussions, that how it can get multi-groove in the long run, and you really can manage the tires in different ways, and it'll be interesting. And obviously, Jeff Wright. And Seth, all these guys are so good, and they'll all be good there. Of course, Jeff is really good there. So, try to finish the season at least with a win at the end would be good. And I pretty much resigned the fact that if we don't get about 40 cars showing up next week, that it'll be Jeff's championship. So maybe shoot him an early congrats, unless we somehow can get 40 cars next week.
For sure. Well, we appreciate your time, Bailey. Anybody you want to give a shout out to for the second place finish?
All the teammates. Appreciate Angelo keeping it clean. I know, if he wanted to, he could have just moved me out of the way, but he tried to nudge me a couple times, but kept it clean. So I really appreciate that. And obviously Jeff, AJ, Eric, everybody else on the team that when they are here, it's always a good time. So thanks to you guys on the broadcast, of course, and admins for, even though we got the lower car count, still showing up each week and trying to put this on for us. And everybody that sponsors BTDY, and hopefully we can end this season on a high note.
Sure. Well, we appreciate your time, Bailey. We hope to see you next week out in Southern California, and we'll be talking to you there again.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, man. That's Bailey Turner, second place finisher, and now move off to victory lane. We're out of Baker. He's going to be with, barring 40 cars showing up, the champion again, two-time champion Jeff Wright, the winner of tonight's race.
See if we can get him in here. Jeff Wright, this is Adam and Alec in the VSPEED booth. You got a copy?
I got you guys.
Well, 7 wins this season, and well on your way to your second championship. You weren't out front all night. It wasn't necessarily the easiest race, but you end up with 18 laps led and in victory lane here. How does it feel to get it done at Bristol?
Man, it feels really good. Bristol's an awesome racetrack, and I feel like we had one slip away from us last year here late in the season. So to get a win here, it's awesome. Kind of a bit of a comeback. But definitely wasn't the fastest car tonight. That was Angelo for sure. He was really good. And the only opportunity we had of passing him was on pit lane, and thankfully the strategy worked out to where we could get into the pits before Angelo did, and get that bit of a gap, because passing tonight was just so difficult that I wasn't going to pass him under green flag conditions. I don't know if anybody made a pass for the lead under green tonight, maybe on a restart or something. So it was just really tough. So I knew that was my only shot, and thankfully it all worked out. But I know this one's going to hurt for Angelo. Bristol's one of his best tracks. Every time we come here, he's running up front, competing for the win, and then something happens. But he has won here a handful of times. So I just want to congratulate him on just a really good race. He was the fastest car by far. But the pit strategy just worked out in our favor tonight.
Yeah, and again, you play it right, and you get another victory, and that's 7 on the season. And like we said, the championship is essentially yours here, barring over 40 cars in the field next week. But we do go to Auto Club to close things out. How do you feel about going out there and maybe getting another victory?
Yeah, Auto Club is a really fun track. Definitely one of the more fun tracks on iRacing, just because it is so multi-groove, super wide. So you're going to see, not only 3 and 4, but probably 5 wide at sometimes on those restarts. Tires are going to be super important. So it's probably going to come down to who can manage those the best, and then also execute their pit stops. So for whatever reason, it seems like as of late, Auto Club is a track where this field hasn't gotten spread out a ton. I feel like it's mostly guys just trying to make sure they don't burn their stuff off, because if you do overstep and you run those tires off, you're going to fall way back. So definitely got to be really careful with those tires in order to go out and compete a win for a win. So that's the goal at least. I know winning tonight's going to put us in a really good spot points wise for the championship. So if nothing crazy happens, I feel good about where we're at. So it'd be awesome to bring home another BTDY championship.
Yeah, and I think there is still some money to play for next week with the No Bull Challenge. This will help you get a little bit closer to that. I think Bailey might be leading the points in that, that part of the championship. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to close things out as you're looking for that second championship. And what a great drive here tonight to capitalize and take the win, your 7th of the season. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just big thanks to sponsors tonight putting on the event, Affinity for Gaming. Big thank you to all the admins involved, keeping this thing going. This is such a fun league to compete in. So appreciate all they do to continue to make these things happen. Obviously, you guys in the broadcast booth, you guys put on a great show each and every week. So big thank you to you guys. And after that race, my phone's blowing up a little bit. I'm going to shout out Reggie for the big congratulations. He just texted me, congrats on the win and the championship. Although, don't jinx it, Reggie. We still got another race to go. So, yeah, I think I covered everybody. And just excited to get to Auto Club now.
Awesome, Jeff. Well, congrats on the win here tonight. Thanks for taking some time to talk with us here after your victory, and go celebrate. We'll catch you at Auto Club next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Congrats, Jeff.
That is your race winner here tonight, Jeff.
Pick.
Yeah, Jeff Wright, your pick. And we forgot to mention it earlier, though, that No Bull Challenge, that is actually, so that's, kind of the big races throughout the season. You take the points
season
from
launch
those.
points, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different system than what they're doing for the chase here. Currently, Bailey is leading that he was leading by a few points over AJ Stravato. That gap will grow by a little bit, but Jeff Wright will close in that much more and could have a shot at that. Sure. I think there's an additional monetary prize, and definitely want to get as much as you can here when you're out there going for the championship. So we'll see if you can get it done again next week, but let's take a look at the rest of our results here tonight from Bristol and head on out for the evening. It was Jeff Wright taking his 7th victory of the season. Bailey Turner going to come home runner-up. Angelo Ronas' dominant performance early on in this one, just didn't get the strategy right lately in the race, and he comes home in 3rd. Ray Massey finishes in the 4th position. Noah Mikulski finishes in 5th. Cody Adkins comes home in 6th. 7th was Chris Samard. Alan Dice finishes in 8th. Caleb Weekly finishes 9th, and Nathaniel Strowski going to finish in the 10th position.
In 11th was the Italian stallion AJ Stravato. Max Cost is 12th. 13th, Seth Hatchell. 14th, Dallas Sullivan. 15th, Dennis Faircloth. 16th was, I was almost going to say Zane Smith. Zachary Smith in 16th. And, hey, I'm 17th, apparently. I didn't know that.
I guess so. But that has been Bristol and the Affinity for Gaming 225, race number 19 of 20. We go to the championship finale next week. Alec, any final thoughts before we head on out from Bristol tonight?
Well, unless 40 cars show up, which I hope 40 cars show up. That'd be pretty cool. But if we don't, obviously, congratulations to Jeff. What a season for him. And, I mean, every week was the guy to beat. But, I mean, one on strategy today, that's what makes him so good. Such a dynamic and diverse driver. So I'm, looking forward to getting out to next week where Auto Club, man, such a great track to go to. And I can't wait to see how the racing's going to be there. I think it's just going to be awesome.
Yeah, I love that track, and that's actually where we're kicking off the VSPEED Invitational on Friday night.
Looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna get Auto Club all week.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite tracks. I'm glad it's one of your favorites, and I'm happy to be going there a few times in the next few days. So definitely, keep an eye out for when we go live on Friday. But we're also live here all throughout the week, and we do thank you for joining us tonight on VSPEED. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and stick along with us throughout the rest of the year as we're live here on YouTube almost every single night. Make sure to turn on your notifications to see when we do go live, and we do appreciate you again tuning in, and have a great night.